Are you a sad individual living under a Parisian opera house and dropping chandeliers on people's heads for fun? Well, you may want to stop because that's a crime and get yourself a podcast. How do you do that? Easy. It's with Anchor. Anchor is a totally free app and website, and you can record from your phone or your computer. You don't need fancy smancy equipment. Seriously, I have recorded podcasts from my bathtub while I was bathing. Anchor is free and super easy to use. Anchor has really simple podcasting tools. You sign up and then you start podcasting. It really is that simple. Within an hour of starting my podcast, I was already distributed on Spotify. Now I'm on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, and Radio Public. So look for the app or the website. The website is anchor.fm, and the app, just go to your friendly local app store and look up Anchor. That's ANCHOR. Happy podcasting! Hello, my hoopy fruits, and welcome to the Koi Slutty Bartfast podcast. This is a podcast that discusses music, books, movies, TV shows, and pretty much whatever else I want to talk about because it's my podcast. And hey, I can do that. But thanks for listening and have a hoopy day and keep it fruity. This episode of the podcast will be potentially very, very spoilery. It's about The Witcher, which is a show I've never seen, but I have read some of the books. So I don't know if this spoiler that I've heard about is true. If it is, that's wow. So I want to talk about that cuz this is wild. So I'm gonna post this, and then, like, I know I said I wasn't gonna post anything this week, but this is just wacky to me. Like, and I was actually gonna hold it off because I actually just started watching the 12th season of Supernatural, so I'm way behind on TV, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna post this, then I'm gonna watch The Witcher, which may take a few weeks, what with the way the TV schedules and like everything else that's going on, because in January, Crisis on Infinite Earth should be finished up, so I've watched all of those, which is super. But I'm putting this off just because I'm so confused. I'm not exactly sure how to talk about this. Probably should have written notes. I did not, so let's go on with it. So, The Witcher. Like I said, I've read some of the short stories. Let's see, what book was it? Something about a road. The Lost Road or The Last Road. I can't remember which one. Again, I could take notes. It didn't bother. So, you're just going with my Swiss cheese brain right here. But, yeah, so, and then I read one of the other books, which, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it, which is really weird because I quite enjoyed it. I know it. And, like, I could tell you, like, details, but they're kind of mushed together. But, yeah, so, this involves the character of Yennefer, who is a sorceress, and in the books, sorcerers and sorceresses are sterile. I think somebody cursed them. They're like, you can do magic, so you can't have the children. Too bad, you're screwed. But, I mean, they have sex. Like, they have a lot of sex. Like, Yennefer and, what's his name? I want to say Idris. I don't remember. I really probably should have at least wikied it before I started it. But, man, we're 3 minutes in. It's too late to stop. So, anyway, Yennefer is sterile. And her ultimate goal is to restore the ability to have a child. Now, whether this is like a great lifelong goal, I don't know. I can't really judge. But in the show, well, okay, and then there's a transformation from, but it doesn't have anything to do with the being sterile, like they're sterile before the transformation. If I'm trying not to spoil a lot, because I know that the show just came out, but, so it doesn't really have anything to do with being sterile. So, in the show, they have the, I don't even want to say it. I'm really hoping this isn't a real spoiler, because, wow. But, they extract her uterus through her vagina. Yep. And I'm not sure, like, if they show it in the show. That's not really something I'm looking forward to seeing now, but, I was like, after hearing this, I was like, oh, I've got to see this, because this, like, it sounds so ridiculous that it's kind of unbelievable. Like, because, like I said before, like, Yennefer's goal in the books is to have her own kid, and that's gotta be more than difficult without a uterus. Like, maybe they thought that, oh, well, a woman just wanting to have a kid isn't, like, really good representation, but isn't it? I mean, you've got this woman who's basically lost control of her body through no decision of her own. That's just how things are. And she wants to restore control of herself. You're really going to tell me that that's not a good message? That you shouldn't desire to have control over your body? Because, I mean, that's the kind of vibe I got from the comments I stupidly read, which, seriously, when something new comes out, I just need to immediately mute it on Twitter, because just, it almost happened with Star Wars, and then, like, I had to mute, like, every iteration of Star Wars thing, like, Star Wars, Finn, Poe, Rey, Ben, and, like, I hope there's nothing, like, important involving the name Ben on my Twitter feed, because I'm not gonna see it, because it's muted. Maybe I should have put Ben Solo. I will. But, yeah, I'm just really baffled at this decision, and I would like somebody to explain the reasoning behind me, if it's true. If it's not true, then obviously you won't have to do that. And I guess I'll find out when I watch the show. I'm actually really looking forward to Henry Cavill? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. And I keep on wanting to call him John Cavill, but that's wrong, because that's from Battlestar Galactica. And he was a Cylon. Pretty sure Henry Cavill is not. But this is gonna sound like super insulting, but just Henry Cavill just seems like the kind of dude who would play like a great jerk. And Girl is kind of a jerk. I mean, he's just not the nicest. He's not horrible, but he's not like, oh, sweetheart, I like you. You know, like, he's not like brimming to the gills with kindness. He's kind of like a harsh, abrasive man, and like I think it'll be a fun role to see him play that. I like him as an actor. I just didn't like him as Superman. If you've ever heard me talk negatively about Henry Cavill, that's why. I just didn't like the writing. It really had nothing to do with him. But yeah, okay, you know what? I've been babbling about this enough. Got that off my chest. gonna watch the show sometime after I'm done cleaning and finish this episode of Supernatural and The Good Place and Dark, Travelers, Jessica Jones, The OC, Silk Stockings, and possibly Van Helsing if I manage to finish it, because honestly, from what I've seen, not impressed. But anyway, now that I've babbled about like everything under the sun, thank you for listening. Thanks. Bye. Hello, my beavers. I just wanted to thank you for each and every piece of email that you sent me. I really appreciate it, and I do try my best to get back to you. If you ever want me to read your emails in the podcast, just put "please read on podcast" in the subject line, and I'll be more than happy to do it for you. I haven't done it because nobody said I could, and I didn't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable because that's not what I'm about. Anyway, my email address is thekawaiartfast@gmail.com. And wow, I really should have thought about the length of that email before I made that email address. Anyway, have a happy day and keep it fruity.